In this video, I want to talk about an offer ad. In other words, a Facebook advertisement that is a clear advertisement. Right away, when you would see it, it would actually quote unquote smell like an ad because there's actually an offer in there and it's obvious that it's an advertisement. It's not the same as, for example, the story-based ad that we talked about before. In a story-based ad, you would use your own personal name, your own personal story, and you try to tell an engaging story in order to get them to take action. With an offer ad, it's immediately clear that this is an offer, there's something for sale, something to do, and we're not beating around the bush with it. Now, when do you use an offer-based ad? When would I recommend you to use it? Basically two main situations. If you're selling something that is more expensive, more of a higher ticket product, so for example, let's say you're selling a service for $200, right? Then oftentimes people don't buy that right on the first time. So if you would run an offer ad to sell something of $200 to a cold audience, people who've never heard it before, I don't expect it to work well, right? So in that case, you want to go and warm them up first, for example, with a story-based ad, and you would run an offer-based ad on your warm audience. In other words, people who've maybe visited your website or visited your Facebook page. We'll get into the specifics of who to actually target, obviously later on in the actual course. But the point is that one way to use this is for your warm audiences if you're selling more expensive. But if you're selling something cheap, for example, you're selling $20 t-shirts, an e-commerce product, that is really much of an impulse buy, right? Where people would just say like, hey, yeah, I want that, and immediately take their credit card and purchase. In that case, an offer ad would work as well, because in that case, you don't have to warm them up first, because people don't need to see a lot of offers just to make that decision for a $15 purchase, right? They do that on an impulse decision, and in that case you can run offer ads as well. Now, there's many different shapes and forms of offer ads, but usually there are some overlapping factors that I want to show you as well. So first of all, I'll go into some examples just to give you an idea of various different kind of ads that you can expect as an offer ad, and you'll see that there's a lot of different things, but they also use some common things as well. So I'll just go through them one by one. I'll analyze them for you as well. So in this one, first of all, the thing that you'll notice is that they're using their branded page, and that's something I would definitely recommend you to do as well, because in this case you don't want to run it from your own personal page anymore, because it's already clear that it's not an actual story or it's not a personal thing, like it's an actual advertisement and you're trying to get people to buy. So I would highly recommend you to use your own branded page, not your own personal name, which I'll get into in a later module as well. And as you can see, like this, their text is wow your audience with our best-selling DSLR video camera slider. Now, the thing that you'll notice here is that they don't mention any specifics. They don't mention any like how smooth it works or how long the slider is. What they mention is the outcome. Like they focus on wowing your audience. That's what it's about. I mean, if I would purchase a slider, I'm not in the game of like, oh, I need it to be this long or that. Like the real thing I want to get out of it is I want to wow my audience, right? And they did a really good job on focusing on just that, just focusing on the end result my customer wants. They show the actual product, which is awesome, and also they're calling me out. Are you a mobile videographer? So I'm like, hey, yeah, I'm that, and then check this travel slider. So also a description like what it actually is, right? So that's just an example of an offer ad. Immediately, it's just about the product, and you can expect if you click here that you can buy this product, right? And if you're not interested in this product, you're probably not going to click. Here you see a completely different one. I'm really pleased. So as you can see, they are making it more personal by saying I am. I'm really pleased to bring back one of our most popular offers, a clear path and community support for the growing freelance business. And as you can see, there's two interesting things here. One of our most popular offers, and that is some social proof right away. Immediately, it tells you that there's a lot of people who've bought this. So apparently, it must be good because others are buying it, right? Just something to take into account. And then also they include the actual price, and they actually do some price anchoring. So they say normally it's $300 per year. Now it's $39 per life. Now, I'm not saying that you must actually include your price in these kind of offer inside an offer ad. However, it could actually work, especially if your price is one of your strengths. If you think it's really cheap compared to someone else's product, then it would actually be your strength. If it's not your strength, I would just leave it out. And we're bringing back the app summary offer right here. And here you can actually see that they're adding some scarcity as well. For a limited time, you can grab a lifetime membership to Freelance Gift for just $39. So limited time, it's lifetime, and the price. Another one, and this is for some kind of a software company: improve user onboarding, features activation, and more. No code required. Stop waiting on dev and start increasing user engagement today. As you can see, right, once again, they focus on the benefit, right? That's really the most important part here. Focus on the benefit. In this ad right here, okay, it is just an iPhone case, but a lot of work has gone into this, and we are so thankful for all the support. Only a few days left to get your discounted price. So they're doing a couple different things here, which are pretty interesting. Like they actually say like there's a lot of work going into that. So they sort of go into their like they want to show that they actually done a lot, and in return you're like, but now you would favor them in a way. Like it's weird how that works. But more interestingly, like only a few days left, obviously, like they add in some scarcity to make sure that you want to take action right now and get yours at a discounted price, and then include the link also in the actual text. And then there's a video of the actual product once again, and the video shows the actual benefit. So it will actually show that even if you throw a hammer at it, it will still not break. So it's really showing the product and the benefit, that it's super strong. And here you'll see another example. If you're sitting on the fence about whether a design is right for you, then now is the time to make a decision. 27 special offer won't be available much longer, so they're talking about the price. It's a special offer and also scarcity. Sign up now, so that's the clear call to action. They say sign up now. It's clear what to do. What's interesting in this one is that they're focusing on the before and after. It's really like, you put your blog inside of a PDF. And this particular one, it's not as clear, but I've seen other ads as well where they sort of have two images inside this one, where it's really the before and after, which shows the benefit even more. Now, these are just some random examples that I wanted to show you because the rest of the video is going to make more sense, I would say. So some rules of thumb when putting together an offer ad. So first of all, that's really important, is write in the benefits. So if you're looking at your product, or your service, and I mentioned this before, don't think about the technical features. Think about the why. Why do people actually want to have your product? Like, where will it get them? So as you can see, in the very first one was a good example. You might, like, sometimes it's hard to see, right? You would think, well, but they want to have a good slider, right? That's what they want. No, that's not what they actually want, right? What they actually want is just have an awesome video and impress their viewers. So I think they did a great job saying, wow your audience with our best-selling DSLR. And also they included best-selling. Once again, that's social proof, which I'm going to talk about in just a little second. So write in the benefits. Also, my recommendation is to keep it short. So unlike the story-based ads, which are fairly long, this is just like I said, a little bit of text, and just with the goal of getting people to get a high-level view of what your product is, and let them click onto your sales page. And also make sure to leverage the triggers that people take into account in order to purchase something. Now, you don't have to use all of them, but the three strongest ones are scarcity, authority, and social proof. So scarcity is, for example, when you have a special offer and that is soon to be running out. So you can definitely add that into your ad, as you've seen in some of the examples as well. Authority is if you get some kind of an endorsement from an authority figure, right? So maybe if there's a big brand who has been using your product or service, or maybe a famous person in the actual industry that has used your product or service, or that has endorsed it, definitely add that into your ad. It's definitely something you can try out. So for example, you could say like, you would just be like, isn't this, or do you want to be our customer, like just like, and then add in like a real big authority name, just like, Trump or whatever. I'm not sure if that would be a good example depending on your political situation, but I'm assuming you will get the point. It's really about showing that some authority figure is already using it, because that definitely works a lot, because that way you immediately have authority. And obviously also add in social proof, which means that, for example, showing how many people are already using, or maybe showing that it's your most popular option, or showing that you already have 10,000 customers, or whatever it is. Make sure that they feel they're not alone in the actual ad. So these are some things that are definitely good. And also, like as I showed you in an earlier video, we have various elements inside of the ad. So the ad text, the image, the headline, and description, or the image could also be video. So what goes where? So in the actual ad text, you would be ideally calling your perfect customer out. So you would make sure that if they read it, they know it's for them, right? And just to go back to an example, right? This is about a video slider. It's obvious that only those who are actually interested are going to be interested in that. Like oftentimes by stating the benefits, they already know it's for them, because otherwise, like right here, just an iPhone case. Like if they would not say it's actually an iPhone case, but just a phone case, then I would not be called out. It needs to be called out that it's for an iPhone, and I'm like, oh, but I got an iPhone. So calling out your ideal customer to make sure that your ideal customer will recognize it as, you know, something that they might want to have. And then state the benefits. That's what I would put in the ad text. So that's the text that goes above in the above section. In the image, you have basically two options. In another video, I'll show you exactly how to actually create the images. But you could either show the product or show the desired result. So if I go back to the examples, right here, it actually shows the actual product, just like the actual product, so you know what it actually is. There in this one, they actually do take a different approach. They show the pricing. And here they use text, better UX, so it's really about the benefit. Better UX, they don't need to engineer for that. In other words, they're focusing on the end result. You can actually have a better UX, but you don't need to actually have an engineer, so that is the actual benefit of that. And here they do a mix. They show the product and also the benefit, that it's actually rock proof. And here they focus on the benefit, right? Putting your blog into a PDF. So focus on the product or the desired results. You oftentimes, for example, with physical products, you want to show your actual product, right? You want to have an image so that they know exactly what it is, because people don't buy a physical product without seeing what they purchase oftentimes. If it's more like a service or for example, a piece of software, you could go for a desired result. So for example, a stress-free environment, if that's what your service delivers, or whatever it is that you are, what the end result is that you're selling, then you could add that into an image. And once again, in another video, I'll show you more about how to actually create those images. Then we have the headline, which is where I usually would go for a call to action. So that is the big text below. So for example, get started building your list, or don't miss a $27 offer, or check what you've missed until today, whatever it is. But make sure that that is something that grabs them, like say, this is what you need to do. So here you see, please like, share, and comment if that is in their call to action. But that's often what I would do in that in that title. I would add some kind of a call to action, and the description is honestly not as important. That's the last part right here, the small part. In my split test, I don't see that as important, but it's also always good to add something to reinstate the value or add some social proof. Now that's sort of like what my go-to ways of how to actually create these kind of offer-based ads. And besides these couple of examples, what I highly recommend you to do is go back to the video where I teach more about and talk more about finding ads in your market and use that as a source of inspiration. But on top of that, we also have the Facebook ads generator, which could be which you could use as a source of inspiration as well. You find it on this link, connectio.io/Facebook-ads-generator. So let me just show you how that works. So the first thing you need to do is click on Start. And now you will get a bunch of questions about your product or service. So let's say I would be selling inside of the photography market. Submit. Who are you targeting? Well, obviously I'm targeting photographer. It should be singular, so that's why I'm not writing photographers, just photographer. What's the name of the thing you want to buy or download? Now let's say I got, let's say 11 to improve your photos. I don't know, it's maybe not the best one, but like let's just go with that. The 11 seconds to create stunning shots. Maybe that's some kind of a lead magnet. I'm not sure. I'm just doing it as an example. What is the thing that holds the solution they want? It's actually an ebook. How would you describe that thing in a way that arouses curiosity? Well, it's let's just say as an example, because this is just as a source of inspiration. Basically, what is the big pay of gain your audience wants from you, what you want to offer? maybe they wanna, let's just say they also wanna, this is more really about the benefit, right? Wow your customers, let's say they are a professional photographer. Let's just say that is the end obstacle. What is the biggest obstacle, barrier, or pain they want to avoid? In other words, you need to complete the phrase without, without, for example, spending a lot of time, or without, well, oftentimes it is actually spending a lot of time, could be one, but like without, maybe I'm targeting those who don't have a big camera, without having an expensive camera, for example, right? So the last step I would enter as a verification, add my email address, and then you will actually get all the pre-written ads on your screen. Now once again, this is really just as an inspiration. I'm not saying you should use them as is. This is just to inspire yourself. So basically, you'll get a bunch of templates right here for the text, for the title, and for the actual description. So right here, you can just go through this and see if there's anything that sparks your imagination. Once again, this is all automated, so you should not expect this to just be perfect right away. I mean, there's still some creativity in creating the ads, but there's definitely some things you'll get some inspiration from. So you can just select which one you want to use, and then you can just change that as well, actually right in here, just to make it easy, and then you can copy that into the Facebook Ads Manager. Right here as well. So for example, with a showing expensive camera, which ones do you want to overcome? And here's just the description below. So once again, this is just a way to get some extra inspiration for your story-based ads. In another video, I'm going to show you how to actually create the image as well, so you can actually put this all together.